Question number 7. Is desire a supportive or an obstructive factor on the path to liberation? Wanting something, desire. Answer A, desires and craving are unwholesome by definition. They are the cause for suffering, for dukkha. See the second noble truth. First noble truth is about suffering, and the second noble truth about the cause and the origin of suffering, which may have something to do with desires or craving. Who knows? Or answer B, it depends. The desire to attain Nibbana would be a wholesome, a good desire. Whereas the desire for sense pleasures, nice food, nice drinks, seeing beautiful sights, that would be an unwholesome desire. Okay? So answer A if you think that all desires are unwholesome, or answer B if you think there can also be wholesome desires. Again, key in the answer, click the correct answer, whatever you think is the correct one. Okay, let us see how you have voted. Voting results. Vast majority, 80%, say that it depends, that there could be wholesome desires. Wow. I am uplifted. Let us see the result. The correct answer is answer B. Majority was correct. Oh, I'm really surprised now because I hear so often in Buddhist circles, even Dhamma teachers, sometimes they say, no, you should not try to, you shouldn't even try to attain Nibbana. You shouldn't try to attain Samadhi. This is all craving, this is all desires, all unwholesome. Just practice, but without any goals or desires. That's good enough. But actually, this is a bit in conflict with how the Buddha approached this topic. So yes, it is true that the second noble truth speaks of the cause of dukkha, of suffering, and their craving is identified. Desire, craving, that leads to rebirth, is accompanied by delight and lust. Delighting now here and there. And then there are 3 types of craving mentioned there. Kama-dana, craving for sensuality, sense pleasures. Secondly, bhava-dana, craving to become, or also craving to exist. And vibhava-dana, craving not to exist or not to become. So these are 3 specific types of craving that do lead to rebirth, especially the bhava-dana, wanting to be, wanting to remain. That is also very strongly responsible, but also craving for sense pleasures. But not all desires are unwholesome. And if you think about the Noble Eightfold Path, one path factor is right effort, isn't it? How is right effort defined? It has to do with overcoming the unwholesome states and developing wholesome mental states. And here, the stock phrase says, a person awakens seal energy for the arising of unarisen, wholesome states, like to attain jhana or liberation. This is an unarisen jhana or samadhi, mindfulness. These are often associated with wholesome states. He puts forth effort, arouses his energy, exerts his mind, and strives. The body at the beginning here is chandang janeti. So he arouses energy, zeal, desire. Chanda means desire. In order to make those states arise. So this kind of goal and desire is not an unwholesome one. It's very much part of the Noble Eightfold Path. And if a person doesn't have any desire to overcome unwholesome states and no desire to attain wholesome states, including nirvana, then why would you practice in the first place? So there has to be a certain motivation, a desire, a goal for the striving to happen. There's another sutta in Anguttara Nikaya 4.159 where Venerable Ananda explains. Ananda says, it is by relying on craving that craving is to be abandoned. It is by relying on craving that craving is abandoned. Or you could paraphrase it and say it is by relying on wholesome desire for liberation that unwholesome craving, for example, for sense pleasures, is to be abandoned. So some desires you need to have in order to overcome other desires. If you don't desire to overcome the defilements, won't be much of it to overcome it. And remember also, a bit earlier today, we spoke about bright karma, dark karma, and mixed karma. And then there's another form of karma, which is karma that is neither dark nor bright, with neither dark nor bright result, which is karma that leads to the destruction of karma. And here it said in Anguttara 4.235, the volition, the cetana for abandoning the kind of karma that is dark with dark result, and also the volition for abandoning the kind of karma that is bright with bright result, and abandoning the karma that is dark and bright with dark and bright result. This is called karma that is neither dark nor bright, with neither dark nor bright result, karma that leads to the destruction of karma. So karma, the Pali word here is karma. Karma is already a Pali word. And the volition for the abandoning of those things, the Pali word is cetana, the volition, the intention. So these are wholesome or beneficial intentions. So there's a difference often in the Pali between the word tanha, usually translated as craving, and chanda. Tanha is usually used in a almost exclusively negative sense, unwholesome craving, whereas chanda, desire, sometimes can be wholesome or unwholesome, or sometimes even more or less neutral. What do you think? For example, you've been drinking a lot of water in the afternoon on a hot day, and now you need to go to the toilet very urgently to relieve yourself. Your desire to go to the toilet, is this wholesome or unwholesome? Well, probably neither particularly wholesome nor unwholesome, because it's kind of almost like ethically irrelevant, because you're not helping anyone or nor harming anyone. So unless you do it with the intention, oh yeah, by going to the toilet, I will help my mother not to have to clean the floor. Okay, then it would be a wholesome intention. But if this is not your thought, you just feel the pressure, and then therefore you would like to go to the toilet. That desire to go to the toilet and relieve oneself is, I would also say, karmically kind of irrelevant to some degree. So not all desires are unwholesome.